The warning is sharp, and it cuts through centuries to meet you here. You live in a world where most are trained to chase approval, to smile even when disrespected, to bend so that no one dislikes them. But approval is not respect. Approval is applause without armor, a leash around your neck, held by the very people you hope will follow you. Respect, by contrast, is the steel crown. It is forged not in being liked, but in being unshakable, in standing silent when others demand your validation, in holding boundaries that no one can cross. The trap of approval is easy to fall into. You want harmony, so you give away your edge. You want to be agreeable, so you let others interrupt, diminish, and dismiss you. Every time you surrender like this, you teach the world that your crown can be stolen. Weak. I just hope everyone is okay with me. Strong. I stand by my choice. Weak. Sorry for speaking up. Strong. Here is where I stand. Language is not decoration. It is a command. When your words bend toward comfort, you trade authority for temporary smiles. History is clear. Machiavelli observed that rulers who survived did so because they commanded presence, not affection. Their people might not have liked them, but they obeyed, and in obedience lay the endurance of power. This does not mean cruelty. It means clarity. It means you walk like a general in his camp, where soldiers respect firmness because they know hesitation brings death. In modern life, death is not literal. It is the death of credibility, the death of influence, the death of self-respect. Think of this moment. Someone challenges you in front of others, hoping to corner you. If you rush to explain, to justify, to soften the tension, you appear weak. If instead, you pause, breathe, and state one calm line, that is your view, mine is different, and it stands, the room shifts. You neither beg nor attack. You simply hold ground. Silence and brevity become your shield. People remember the one who stayed composed under pressure more than the one who rushed to please. Your mind is your throne, and if you fail to rule it, you invite rebellion. Respect begins here, not in the opinions of others, but in the order you impose on yourself. When discipline falters, weakness shows, and the world responds accordingly. People often sense when a person lacks self-command. They see inconsistency, scattered attention, and broken promises, and they treat that individual as someone unworthy of authority. Self-mastery is not private. It leaks into every gesture, every tone, every decision. The usurper within is always waiting. Laziness, fear, and indulgence compete for your crown. Allow them to grow unchecked, and they rule in your place. You see this when you procrastinate on what matters, when you let anger guide your speech, or when you collapse into self-pity instead of acting with clarity. Every time you give in, you step down from your own throne, and the inner usurper takes your seat. Respect from others cannot survive when you no longer respect yourself. Command demands action. Build order into your day. Guard your thoughts as a fortress. Speak only what aligns with your principles. Weak, I'll try to do better. Strong, I will set the standard. Weak, I can't help it. Strong, I will not permit it. Imagine someone questioning your focus. Instead of reacting with defensiveness, hold your posture and answer with calm certainty. I know my path, and it will not be shaken. That steadiness disarms opposition. It proves authority without raising your voice. Respect does not start in the crowd. It begins in your own mind, in the silent discipline no one applauds, but everyone eventually sees. Rule yourself or be ruled. The throne must never be empty. Your first victory comes with order. When you choose structure over randomness, you anchor yourself in command. Standing tall, eating clean, moving your body, or reviewing your priorities, these are signals to your mind that you are a general preparing for war. Contrast that with rolling out of bed late, rushing or grabbing distractions before purpose. One man walks into the day sharp and steady, the other drags himself forward like a soldier already wounded. Who would you follow into battle? Discipline over comfort defines the difference. Imagine two generals on the same field. One is awake early, inspected and armed. The other stumbles in, unfocused, reacting to noise. Soldiers follow the first without hesitation because his discipline inspires trust. The same law governs your life. People respect the one who has already conquered himself before sunrise. Modern slavery appears the moment you reach for your phone, as soon as you wake. That single act hands your mind over to others before you have even claimed your own ground. News feeds, messages, and noise dictate your mood, and you have already surrendered without a fight. Command requires that you resist, troll the first hour, and you own the day. Let others control it, and you walk unarmed. Your task is not complicated. Rise with purpose. Choose actions that strengthen you. Delay indulgence. Protect silence. Begin each morning as if sharpening your sword, not as if begging for distractions to guide you. Respect is not built in the eyes of others first. It is built in the quiet moments that no one sees. Win the morning, and you win the day. Silence is not weakness. Silence is command. The one who controls words controls the field, and the one who holds them holds the edge. In negotiation, silence creates pressure. People rush to fill the void, and in that rush they reveal more than they should. The one who waits, who lets the tension stretch, gains ground without lifting a weapon. Respect flows to the person who does not need to explain endlessly, but who makes each word a deliberate strike. Think of the predator. The lion does not roar while stalking. It moves with patience, measured, invisible until the moment of decision. Noise is for prey. Stillness is for rulers. When you speak only after silence, your words carry the same weight as a blade drawn at the precise moment. They land harder, sharper, because they are not buried in excess. Modern life teaches the opposite. People overshare, flooding their days with posts, opinions, and constant noise. They mistake visibility for authority, when in truth it is restraint that commands curiosity. The less you give, the more people lean in. The more you spill, the less anyone values what you say. Respect is eroded, not by being unknown, but by being too exposed. Consider a disagreement at work. Someone pushes against your idea, expecting you to fight with urgency. Instead, you pause, you allow the silence to expand, then you respond with one clear line, "I hear you, but the decision stands." That calm brevity closes the debate without escalation. The room shifts. Because you proved that you are not moved by noise. To wield silence is to wear armor that cannot be pierced. To release words carefully is to strike with precision. Weak. I just wanted to say something. Strong. This is my decision. Weak. I think maybe we could. Strong. Here is the path. Each choice in speech either strengthens or weakens your presence. Your power is not in endless explanation. It is in stillness that unsettles, in words that land like arrows. Speak less, hold longer. Let the silence work for you. Silence is the sharpest blade. Respect requires elimination. You cannot command while carrying weakness, clutter, and deception. The weight of excess drags you down, and people see it before you do. A life filled with disorder signals a mind that cannot lead. Colleagues notice when you arrive scattered, when your commitments are late, when your surroundings show neglect. No one respects a commander who cannot keep his own camp in order. The first cut must be ruthless. Remove what weakens you, even if it once felt comfortable. History proves the necessity. Rulers who endured understood the art of pruning. They did not hold every alliance forever. They trimmed their circle to preserve strength. Weak ties, disloyal advisors, and burdensome obligations were removed to protect the throne. Authority cannot coexist with excess loyalty, because excess loyalty is fragile. Machiavelli observed that a prince must learn how not to be good when survival demands it. Cutting ties is not cruelty, it is the discipline of command. The metaphor is sharp. Imagine marching into battle while dragging the bodies of fallen soldiers tied to your armor. Each step is slower, each strike weaker. This is what happens when you cling to habits, relationships, or self-deceptions that no longer serve you. You believe you are preserving peace, but you are hauling corpses. Respect collapses under the weight. The living cannot follow a leader chained to the dead. Discipline over comfort means you must sever what undermines you. Cut the habit that steals your focus. Cut the voice that drowns your clarity. Cut the illusion that you can carry everything and still move with power. Weak. I don't want to upset anyone. Strong. This must end here. Weak. Maybe I can keep both. Strong. One path. One choice. Authority requires that your words and actions match the steel of your decisions. Picture a disagreement in your team. Someone resists your plan, insisting on an approach that has failed before. Instead of defending endlessly, you end the debate with clarity. That strategy has been tested, and it weakens us. We move forward this way. Calm, decisive, final. In that moment, you cut away dead weight, and the respect you earn is not from pleasing but from leading. To command respect is to wield the blade of elimination without hesitation. Let weakness fall, or it will pull you down with it. Cut what weakens you, or be cut by it. It is not necessary to be truly strong, but to appear strong. Machiavelli understood that people follow the mask more than the man. Respect is rarely about what you feel inside. It is about the posture you present when others are watching. A ruler may tremble privately, but if the mask is firm, the throne remains secure. In life, storms are constant. The difference lies in whether you let the storm show on your face. Imagine a king standing before his people. Inside, his heart races, fear gnaws at him, doubts whisper in the dark corners of his mind. But outwardly, he holds the gaze of the crowd, steady and calm. The mask does not lie, it commands. The people do not see the trembling inside the armor, only the iron stance that assures them they are safe. This is how authority survives uncertainty. The mask becomes stronger than the storm. Modern life offers the same lesson. When leaders in business face crises, those who project steadiness retain loyalty even if the outcome is unclear. Employees, clients, and peers draw confidence from composure. The leader who panics, who reveals chaos, forfeits trust even if they possess skill. The leader who holds posture, who communicates with clarity, earns respect even in uncertainty. Authority is not granted to the one who feels strongest, but to the one who appears unshaken. This does not mean deception. It means discipline. You must choose how to show yourself in public moments. Weak. I don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed. Strong. We are facing difficulty, but here is the path forward. Weak. I hope this works. Strong. We will adapt and endure. The words you speak and the mask you wear shape how others respond. Picture a disagreement where tempers rise. One voice grows loud, pushing, demanding reaction. You remain calm, hands steady, voice controlled. I understand your concern, but the decision is final. The room settles. The storm is outside. The mask is unbroken. In that moment, people remember who commanded, not who shouted. Weakness tolerated inside will always betray you outside. Respect cannot survive when your words and actions are divided. Cognitive dissonance corrodes authority because people notice the fracture. They hear you speak of discipline, but see you arrive late. They hear you preach focus, but watch you drift into distraction. Each unaligned act is a crack in the armor, and the world loses faith in you. The enemy at your gate is not the loud critic, it is the silent inconsistency that eats you from within. Picture a council table. Around it sit your advisors, each sworn to loyalty, but among them hides a traitor, smiling, silent, waiting for the chance to strike. That traitor is your weakness. It may be laziness, self-pity, or avoidance. If you allow it a seat, it studies you, learns your patterns, and chooses the moment to betray you before others. By the time you notice, respect is already lost. The assassin within must be eliminated before it strikes. Modern life makes these assassins appear ordinary. Procrastination, constant excuses, the belief that circumstances control you. Each is dressed in soft clothing, but each carries a hidden blade. People around you feel the weight of your habits, even when you pretend they do not. A leader who lives in excuses cannot demand discipline from others. A professional who surrenders to delay cannot expect recognition. A person who chooses victimhood cannot be followed with confidence. These assassins do not wait outside. They sit inside your own skin. Consider the moment when someone questions your reliability. They hint that you do not deliver. Instead of defending, you answer with steady clarity. The task is done, and the proof is here. In that instant, your consistency eliminates doubt without argument. Respect demands inner ruthlessness. You cannot expect loyalty from others if you betray yourself first. Strike down the traitor at your own table. Eliminate weakness before it eliminates you. Respect is not permanent. It starves the moment you stop feeding it. Authority must be nourished daily with proof of strength, or it decays in the eyes of others. Leaders who once commanded respect but grew complacent found their influence eroded quickly. People watch closely. They measure whether you are still sharp, still capable, still willing to prove your position. Respect is not a crown you wear once. It is a fire that must be stoked again and again. Inside you live two forces. One is the wolf of dominance, hungry and disciplined, pushing you to sharpen your skills and extend your command. The other is the lamb of submission, eager for comfort, satisfied with excuses, hoping the world will be gentle. Whichever you feed decides your fate. Feed the wolf with challenge, growth, and decisive action, and your presence expands. Feed the lamb with indulgence and delay, and your authority withers. People do not respect what they submit to easily. They follow what projects hunger for mastery. Modern life gives constant proof of this law. The professional who stops learning quickly becomes irrelevant. The body that is neglected shows weakness in posture and presence. The person who mismanages money signals disorder that no one trusts. Skill, health, and financial stability are not ornaments. They are the daily meals you feed your wolf. Each act of improvement strengthens your command. Each neglect weakens it. Respect rises when others see you sharpened, disciplined, and prepared. The process demands conscious choice. You cannot live on yesterday's victories. You must renew proof of strength each day. Read, train, plan, act. Kill the excuse that says you have done enough. Replace it with the hunger that says you can go further. Weak. I already proved myself once. Strong. I will prove myself again today. Weak. I'm too tired. Strong. I will feed the wolf, not the lamb. This language shifts your posture from retreat to command. Imagine someone questioning your ability to stay relevant. Instead of defending with words, you let your work, your condition, your results answer for you. The challenge fades because you demonstrated strength rather than begging for approval. The wolf was fed, and it showed. Respect is sustained by constant nourishment. It is a flame that dies if left unattended. Feed the wolf daily, or watch the lamb take your crown. Power survives only if you feed it. Respect often flows not to the loudest fighter, but to the quiet strategist who sees further than anyone else. Life is a chessboard, and those who outthink their opponents command authority without needing to shout. In chess, masters win long before the board is filled. Their strength lies not in frantic reaction, but in anticipation. They read patterns, predict moves, and place pieces where battles are decided before the first strike. The same law governs power in life. When you anticipate, you project control. People sense that you are not reacting blindly, but moving with foresight. That perception creates trust and fear at the same time. A leader who reacts late looks weak. A leader who plans 3 steps ahead earns respect because others feel guided rather than dragged. This is why so many rulers valued counsel, intelligence, and preparation more than raw force. Command flows to those who appear ready for what others have not yet seen. Imagine life as that chessboard. Each decision is a move. You can advance without thought, reacting to pressure, hoping to survive, or you can think 3 moves ahead, arranging your position so the board bends in your favor. A careless pawn chases approval. A disciplined player prepares the entire game for checkmate. The difference between respect and ridicule lies in your ability to anticipate. People follow the one who looks further. They dismiss the one who stumbles into obvious traps. Modern warfare of influence is the same. In careers, those who study the entire field industry trends, competitors, shifting rules earn authority without begging for it. In politics, the ones who anticipate crises and address them before they explode become the figures people rely on. In daily life, the person who foresees problems, plans responses, and stays steady when surprises come is seen as a commander, not a follower. Your task is to adopt the mind of the strategist. Stop moving like a pawn. Begin moving like a player who sees the whole board. Study patterns. Anticipate outcomes. Position yourself so you are already standing where respect naturally gathers. Weak. I'll deal with it when it comes. Strong. I have already prepared for it. That single shift in language marks the difference between desperation and control. Respect is not won by chance. It is secured by foresight. Outthink before you outfight, and the field is yours. He who sees further rules longer. Ritual is armor. The proof of strength is not shown in rare moments, but in the repeated acts that forge you daily. History is clear on this law. Spartans endured drills that hardened their discipline until obedience was second nature. Samurai trained in precise movements that became extensions of will. Roman legions drilled endlessly so that in battle their reactions were automatic. These societies understood that respect was not a gift of chance. It was calcified through repetition. The same principle governs your life now. Rituals may look small, but they echo loudly in the posture you carry. Cold showers that teach discomfort, journaling that clears the battlefield of your thoughts, disciplined training that proves control over your body. These are not trivial routines. They are weapons sharpened in private. Each act says, I command myself, therefore I can command others. People sense the difference between someone anchored by ritual and someone carried by chaos. Respect follows the one who shows discipline in the unseen hours. Imagine your armor as unfinished metal. Each morning and night, a blacksmith raises the hammer. Every strike hardens the steel. Every ritual is that hammer. Neglect the strikes, and your armor stays brittle. Embrace them, and your armor becomes impenetrable. This image matters because life will test you. Crisis comes, challenge rises, and the weak crack under pressure. Those who maintained ritual stand steady. Their armor holds because they forged it every day. The command is simple but not easy. Choose rituals that strengthen body, mind, and resolve. Protect them as armor. Repeat them until they carve authority into your presence. Do not wait for a crisis to test you. Build proof of strength every day, so when storms arrive, your respect is unquestioned. Ritual is the forge of command. The highest form of respect is untouchability. This is the fortress of the mind, the state where approval cannot bribe you and insult cannot shake you. When you no longer need to be liked and no longer fear being disliked, you rise above the battlefield of opinion. Respect settles on you not because you beg for it, but because you cannot be moved. Stoic philosophy made this clear. Control what is yours, release what is not. Authority collapses the moment you surrender your peace to voices outside your command. Picture yourself wearing an invisible crown. You walk through fire, arrows of insult falling from every direction. Some burn, some sting, but none pierce. The crown shields you because it does not depend on applause. It is rooted in sovereignty. The person who commands true respect is not the one adored by all. It is the one who walks forward indifferent to approval or scorn. People watch with such composure and conclude, even if they dislike you, that they must respect you. Modern life tests this constantly. In business, leaders who withstand criticism without folding are the ones remembered. In politics, figures who stay the course in the face of hostility often emerge stronger than those who chase every opinion. In personal life, those who live by their principles without bending to gossip or judgment stand untouchable. The lesson is not to court hatred or to reject love, but to rise beyond both, unmoved by their fluctuations. This requires discipline in your responses. Weak, I hope they all understand me. Strong, understanding is not required. Clarity is enough. Weak, I can't stand that they dislike me. Strong, dislike is irrelevant. Respect is earned. Each adjustment severs your chains to opinion. You do not control perception, but you command your posture. Consider a disagreement where someone mocks your choice publicly. Instead of defending with anger or pleading for agreement, you answer with calm certainty, "You are free to think that my decision remains." The crowd may not cheer, but the silence that follows proves the point. Your indifference projects more strength than any defense could. Respect that depends on opinion is fragile. Respect that stands beyond opinion is untouchable. Build your fortress, wear your invisible crown, and rise above noise. Respect belongs to the untouchable. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. With that single line, Machiavelli shattered the illusion that respect can be built on popularity. History confirms the point again and again. Leaders who sought love above all else weakened their thrones. Leaders who held fast to discipline, silence, and command often endured. Respect is not granted by applause. It is forged in the fires of mastery, sharpened by ritual, and held by those who stand unbroken in storms. All the principles converge here. The throne begins with the mind. If you cannot rule yourself, you cannot rule anything. Ritual hardens the armor. Without it, the first strike pierces easily. Silence becomes a weapon, unnerving your rivals and amplifying your presence. Ruthless elimination strips away what drags you down. The mask of command shields you from chaos and steadies those who look to you. The inner assassin must be killed before it betrays you. Feeding the wolf sustains your hunger to grow, while anticipation on the chessboard keeps you 3 steps ahead. Each part of this journey has been the hammer shaping your crown. Now imagine the battlefield. You stand armored, enemies circling, arrows flying, noise rising. Some try to flatter you, hoping to pull you down with praise. Others insult, hoping to shake your resolve. You do not beg for their approval, and you do not collapse under their contempt. The armor forged through discipline, silence, and foresight holds strong. The battlefield becomes irrelevant, because your command is not chained to the noise. Respect belongs to you, because you need nothing from them. Modern life presents the same trial in quieter form. At work, colleagues may whisper behind your back, challenge your choices, or resist your authority. The insecure leader reacts, explaining, justifying, pleading for harmony. The untouchable leader listens, decides, and holds the line. In that stillness, people recognize strength. They may not like you, but they respect you. In society, voices demand conformity to every opinion. The fragile person bends, hoping to avoid rejection. The sovereign person knows rejection does not wound the throne. Respect rises not because you echoed the crowd, but because you stood firm when it mattered. Authority decays when you trade mastery for comfort. The moment you stop proving yourself through discipline, the wolf starves. The moment you cling to every relationship, the throne weakens. The moment you let excuses live at your council table, betrayal begins. But authority grows when you maintain ritual, when you strip away weakness, when you prepare moves before they come, and when you remain calm under fire. Respect is not a fixed crown. It is the outcome of daily war with yourself and strategic command over the field. This truth applies even in small moments. Picture a disagreement in front of others. A critic dismisses your plan with arrogance, hoping you will falter. Instead of meeting insult with anger, you let the silence expand. Then you deliver one calm line. That is noted. We move forward as planned. No debate, no begging, no panic. In that single act, you prove untouchability. The crowd sees who carries command. The critic may keep talking, but the authority has already shifted. Weak. I just want everyone to agree. Strong. Agreement is not required. Direction is set. Weak. I hope this works out. Strong. We will adapt and endure. Weak. Please like what I'm doing. Strong. Respect will follow results. These shifts are not cosmetic. They are signals that your crown is no longer chained to outside opinion. The final form of respect is sovereignty without chains. It is walking through fire with composure, knowing that applause and insult are both noise. It is mastering yourself so completely that others cannot shake you. The throne belongs to the one who sits upon it without apology. Do not beg, do not bend. Do not trade discipline for comfort or silence for noise. The world may love you or hate you. What matters is that they cannot ignore you. Respect without chains is true command. Respect that depends on being liked is fragile. The moment you chase approval, you hand over your crown. The highest respect is forged when you no longer beg for applause, when you walk forward with authority rooted in mastery, not popularity. Sovereignty is not about pleasing the crowd. It is about holding the throne with presence so firm that no opinion can topple it. Respect must be renewed daily. Like sharpening a blade, the edge dulls if you neglect it. Each morning you decide whether to carry discipline or surrender it. Each action either polishes the armor of your command or leaves it to rust. People notice quickly. A leader who once held respect but now lives in complacency will see it vanish faster than it was earned. Consistency, not comfort, preserves authority. The cost of complacency is clear. Picture yourself on the throne, but instead of ruling, you turn to the crowd for validation. You ask, "Do you still like me?" At that moment, your power dissolves. Begging for approval is surrender. The throne collapses not because others attacked, but because you abandoned it. Respect cannot coexist with dependence. To guard it, you must remain vigilant, cutting off the impulse to please and standing instead in quiet command. Modern life will test this stance constantly. Colleagues may pressure you to bend, friends may expect you to soften principles, and society will always whisper that being liked is safer. But the truth is the opposite. The one who stands firm, who is clear without apology, commands even from those who disagree. The one who bends endlessly is liked for a moment and forgotten soon after. Your task is simple: protect sovereignty. Do not trade strength for approval. Replace weak frames of speech with strong ones. Weak: "I hope this is okay." Strong: "Here is the decision." Weak: "I don't want to upset anyone." Strong: "This is necessary." Weak: "Please understand me." Strong: "Respect will follow clarity." Language directs posture, and posture directs power. You do not need to be cruel. You need to be unshakable. Carry discipline like a sword, silence like a shield, and foresight like a map. Let others chase applause while you secure command. Respect belongs to those who hold their ground. Observe in silence, command with presence, rule without apology.